So, part two of showing some bearded dragons, but before I get into the video, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that said, that they're sorry for the losses that I had. I appreciate that. It was a hard time. Like, so, it was also bad timing. Like, timing is everything when it comes to breeding reptiles because there's a season for it. So it was bad timing in the sense that there were reptiles that I was supposed to be breeding, whether it be hog noses or ball pythons or bearded dragons, even boas now, that I didn't do because of dealing with all that. It was just, you have to like monitor everything, and especially with the bearded dragons, I didn't really know what was going on, and I just didn't want to mix things. So I also want to say it almost feels like somebody out there is hoping for my downfall, because after that video, I started hearing coughing. There are two bearded dragons now that have respiratory issues. And the crazy thing about that is those aren't too bad. Respiratory issues you can kind of deal with. But when you start hearing coughing, that could mean that it's gone to a point where it might not be easy to deal with. So I have to take care of that now. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up just putting them in the same enclosure, because if I have to deal with them together, then I might as well just deal with them together. Like that's the only thing I can do at this point. I have an empty enclosure, but I don't have lights for it. So I didn't want to use that enclosure. So I was just, guess I have to build another set of enclosures just for quarantining. Fun times, y'all. Fun times. But with all that said, let's get into it and see what females we have. We got a lot of females we got to go into, so let's talk about them, see what we got. And I don't know what's up with that dragon. She's walking around her. What'd she get? She see something she want to eat? Oh, greens. There you go. Somehow greens got underneath her basking platform, so she was walking around her basking platform trying to get it. So today I'm cleaning a little bit, hence the gloves. So I'm gonna show you the ones that I've already cleaned and the ones that I'm cleaning right now. And again, this is all females. So we're going to get into that, and I'll talk about some that I might be getting rid of, because obviously now I have to, yeah, you get it now, right? You get it now. And the bearded dragons that I have, they're still about 2 weeks or a week, 2 weeks from being ready for sale. So I need timing. What did I say? Timing is literally everything. So let's get into it. Look at some bearded dragons. You can tell that I'm exhausted. This is draining. I haven't really been wanting to do any podcasts or anything because times are tough, man. It's hard to get on there and be in a good mood. So let's go look at what we got. So here's the first female. This is Daisy. Daisy is a hypogenetic stripe het translucent. She is actually a sibling to Daffy and also Dahlia. So Daffy is clutchmate and Dahlia is older sibling. We'll show Dahlia off probably next video, but I showed off Daffy in the last video. He was also a genetic stripe and a dunner. Where are you going? She actually is not as vibrant as her siblings. She still has the same genetics, obviously, but she is not as vibrant. She's almost a little bit paler, but that's what she is. So let's go look at the next one. This girl here is Tikeke, and she is blurry. I can't get the camera to focus for anything. So she is a het hypo, het wiblets, het zero female. Possible het translucent. She was actually supposed to be paired to a kill next year. So obviously she's a little young now. She is, I want to say probably 150, 200 grams, something around there. I haven't weighed them in a while. But she was supposed to be paired to a kill, and obviously a kill is no more. So we will have to find a male for her as well as her sister, because I have her sister as well as some other Het Weeros, Het Wiblets, Het Zeros that I have. So that's obviously made things harder there, but everybody's leaving today. So that's essentially where we're at. So this is Tyke. She also is very, very spiky. Not sure why. Not sure what she has. Very, very spiky. All right, next one. So here we have Panda. She is 50% red monster, het translucent. I still haven't remarked as possible het trans because she actually hasn't had a good clutch hatch yet. The next clutch is supposed to hatch is actually from her, so we will have a better sense. So this will be her third clutch hatching. First one only had 2 babies in it. No, 4 babies in it that hatched. The last one that hatched had 11 babies in it that hatched. So I've only seen translucent so far. After this third clutch, I'll know for sure. If there's no hypos out of 3 clutches, then there is no hypos at all. So she's only going to be translucent if that's the case. But this is Panda. She is the mom to all the reds that I have so far, and she looks amazing. Let's look at her sister. So this one is Athena. Athena is also a 50% red monster, but she has not bred yet, so I still have her down as possible het translucent, possible het hypo. So we shall see whenever we prove her out, probably at the end of this season or probably next year. We'll see what happens. But she was supposed to be for quarter 2 of 2025, but with all the things that have happened, I did not end up breeding her at all. And so that's where we're at now. We shall see. I want to say when all these babies start hatching, I'll probably be in a better rhythm, better mood, I guess, better flow, and I'll be able to actually start pairing again. But as of right now, I think I'm going to stop pairing again due to all the 2 respiratory infections that I have in the collection. It's just another one thing after another trying to drain me up in here. But we shall prevail. We will persist, and we will keep on keeping on. So just wait, I guess, a little bit longer, and you'll get some more reds, and we'll be able to prove her out. Let's go look at the next. So here we have Susan, like black-eyed Susan. Most of my yellows, or actually all my yellows, are named after flowers somewhere, some form. Like Daffy is technically after daffodil. Daisy, Dahlia, Zinnia was their mother. Well, so that this one here is Susan, like black-eyed Susan, and she is not related to Daffy. She will be paired to Daffy sometime either at the end of this year or next year. She is still, I want to say, she probably maybe like 50 to 100 grams less than I would want her to be for breeding. So I'm not sure. I haven't weighed them in a while, so I can't be 100% certain. She looks the size. She does actually look the size. Maybe not from the angle the camera's at, but she was as big as Panda, and Panda, yeah, they're about the same size actually. I should probably start weighing them. I used to weigh them every month, but since I'm just feeding them and going with it, and I haven't really been keeping up with much stuff, just trying to make sure nobody passes on me. I've kind of just been not as active in some of the stuff I used to do. So I should be weighing them. But this one here is Susan. She is a hypo het translucent. And the next one is going to be her sister. Let's show off her sister. Now her sister, Sunny, like sunflower, she is not as big as Susan. She is probably, I want to say, she's definitely probably 50 to 100 grams less than Susan is. She is a hypotrans, appears to have a color stripe. She is very, very vibrant in person. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but she is very, very vibrant in person. Um, she is a little bit on the picky side when it comes to eating. Like I said, Susan and Sunny are sisters, but there's definitely a difference in weight and size. So that's them. And like I said, I've been trying to keep these videos. I'm trying to keep the videos around 10 minutes. I'm not sure how long it's been. I'll probably stop now because I didn't realize it was going to take this long to do 6 dragons. 6 dragons. Each dragon gets about a minute. I'll probably do 3 more, maybe 2 more dragons. I'll just do 2 more dragons, and then we'll be done. So try to do like 8 dragons a video. It might be a part 5, part 6 to this. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And let me get 2 more out and show you. So here we have Aphrodite. She is a hypo het trans het wiblets. This is actually her 4th year of breeding for me, but she only laid 1 clutch this year because she had a bad pairing, I guess, with a kill. Actually, no. The pairing was good. I got a good clutch, actually, but it was only 1 clutch. She never laid a second one. The problem was the gnats. The gnats took out most of the clutch. I ended up with 3 babies out of the entire clutch. One of them ended up being a hypo leather wiblets, but that one passed during the hatching process. It piped out, and then it never made it out. So that was unfortunate, of course. But I have 2 dragons, a male and a female, and one of them I decided to keep because essentially they would be 66% het wiblets, 50% het zero, because that's what a kill, a kill was a het wiro. And the crazy thing is, after I produced the kill, I got rid of Casper, my wiro, because I no longer needed to produce het wiros that were related to the kill. And of course, look what happened. So very unfortunate. You can't tell I'm bummed. You can't tell I'm very bummed. So Aphrodite, what's your deal? Chill out. So this is her 4th year breeding. This will probably be her last year breeding. So this is one of the dragons I'm considering getting out of here, rehoming. She is, I think she is 6 now. She's 5 now. I think she's 5 now. I'll have to look at her hatch dates, but I think she is 5 now. But she has a great appetite, has great structure. She'd be a great pet for anyone. And she's leaving. Where are you going? So let's look at 1 more, and then we're going to be done for the video. So this here is Harriet. Harriet is actually, now I don't know if I've told this story on here recently. I know I've told it before, but I once bought a dragon, named it Dexter, and Dexter was supposedly a hypo het trans Dunner genetic stripe het wiro. And after some investigation, I found out he was actually a hypo incomplete translucent genetic stripe Dunner, but the consensus was still he was a het wiro. I paired him to a couple het wiros, ended up with no wiros, no wiblets, no zeros. I paired him to a zero, a hypo zero that was het wiblets, and I ended up with, where are you going? Why are you following me around? So, all right, y'all. She has this thing with gloves, so I'm going to have to, she's tripping out. She has this thing with gloves where she thinks gloves means food, so she likes to chase my gloves around. So, where was I? So I ended up pairing Dexter to a hypo zero that was het wiblets. And of course, I got no zeros and no wiblets. I knew that was going to happen, but I did that pairing to produce essentially some holdbacks that were het zero, possible het wiblets. So while there was still technically a chance that he was het wiro, I had already did 3 pairings with him and I didn't get any, so I figured he is not. So I risked it and produced some holdbacks. So this is Harriet, Dexter's daughter. And she is a hypo trans Dunner genetic stripe, het 0, possible het wiblets. This was going to be, this one still is one of my favorite dragons. So I don't know if I've made this, I've probably made this comment before, but Harriet, Zinnia, are essentially my favorite. I have a lot of favorites, but essentially Zinnia was my overall favorite, and Harriet probably a close second, except for the fact that she thinks she has to eat my fingers whenever I have gloves on. I don't have a lot of favorites, but these two are definitely the favorites. I have Dahlia. Dahlia's a favorite as well. I'll just keep going, say everybody's a favorite. But Harriet here, she's one of the greats, and I can't wait to get something out of her. I have decided I'm going to pair her to a het wiblets, a possible het wiblets male. Now I could pair her to. I have two possible het wiblets males. One of them is a genetic stripe. Both of them are genetic stripes. The situation that I'm dealing with is that one of them's also a what is it? Where's he at? Oh, one of them's also a dunner. So obviously I can't pair dunner to dunner. So the other one is just his genetics are kind of up in the air. I'm not really 100% certain what he is. I know his genetics. I know who produced them, but he's the one I showed, I think, in the last video. He's super pale. I have no clue what happened to him. So the only reason I would want to do something with him is just to kind of figure out what he is, but I don't want to waste it on a potential zero or a potential wiblets pairing, and then I end up getting a bunch of weird things out of it that I end up having to keep. Come on. She doesn't like staying still. She's actually also my most active dragon, if you guys haven't realized that yet. I have like 3 dragons that are pretty active. She's one of them. So, I think that's all I got. I told the story. I got a lot of, I think that's all I got. So with all that said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace.